right, welcome everybody. The autumn leaves are falling. I thought I heard somebody knocking on the door, but it's good to be back. It's so good to be back. And this is Simeon from PraiseTreks.com. And man, it has been a long time and I've missed all of you, but I'm so glad we're back, back today, just easing back into things. Got a lot of exciting things to show you and to talk about today. Yeah, this is just so cool. Now this is Dick's Music Studio, and I think I've got a link in the description. That's who does all of these background tracks that I love to play too. So let's just bring it home. I just like this. It's so cool. Let's just fade it out. So one of the cool things about Autumn Leaves is that it was during the vice presidential debates. I think it was when Ross Perot, I mean, yeah, that's how far back it was. Ross Perot was running for president, I think, and it was like the vice presidential debates. And they had them here in Kentucky, in Danville at Center College. And Roger Williams was one of the guests. There was B.J. Thomas, Roger Williams, and I was playing for Larnell Harris at that time. But I remember watching Roger Williams just do those chromatics on Autumn Leaves, just so beautiful. Yeah, so yeah, Justin, you didn't really miss anything. It's been, August was a little different for me. There was a couple of big projects that I was finishing up, and one I'm really excited to share with you. I'm going to share with you a little preview today, and then we're going to talk about some different things. It was also our wedding anniversary, August 23rd. Debbie and I celebrated 37 years, and that was really a lot of fun, and so grateful and thankful to the Lord for keeping us all of those years, and we've got so many more ahead of us, and just grateful for that. So I'm gonna get it. Yeah, it's taken me a while to kind of get used to everything again. So okay, so first off, you may notice. Well, one of the things you may notice a little difference in my speakers back here. So I was working on an instrumental project. In fact, I've been working on it for about a year and a half, and a really gifted saxophonist, Sean Irvin in North Carolina. We've been putting together this project called Timeless, and it's a collection of hymns and instrumentals, and just kind of with a little different twist to them. And so, I've been working on the arranging and mixing, and we finally got it to the place of mastering. And it was like, I was just really overthinking things. And I was using a pair of iLoud micro monitors, which are fantastic, and then the Tonois. But these are the iLoud MTMs, because I had some problems. The micro monitors actually went out. And so it was like they were out of warranty. I've had them for 6 years. So I reached out to IK Multimedia, and they were so gracious. They sent me a pair of these MTMs. And I tell you what, they made such a huge difference in allowing me to actually hear more of a transparency in the mix. And I'm trying to catch up with the chat. I'm so glad to see everybody. Justin and Matthias, Les, and Peaches, it's good to see you. Two Canucks, and Bob Dedes. So back to the 80s. Yeah, Bob just came out with a fabulous library for Unified back to the 80s. And I'm not sure if we're going to get to it today because I want to make sure when we do get it that we're going to be able to really get into it. So fantastic. If you haven't checked out the live streams from John on Back to the 80s, you definitely need to do that. So I've got a pair of iLoud MTMs and they're fantastic. And so signed singles, yeah, and yeah, the signed singles is back. So much stuff is going on. So much stuff's going on. And you got to jump on those signed singles because they're only good for 48 hours, I think. So, all right. Well, so, okay, so let me talk about this. So, okay, so we were working with some financial things with our what we call a fiduciary, Tony Walker Financial, and he came out with this children's book, and I'm gonna go grab it. Hold on, I want to just show you this. Okay. So we were sitting there talking about, so he's just working with us on some of our retirement investments and things. And he said, let me show you something. And so he pulls out this book that he wrote, Tony Balony, The Adventures of Tony Balony and Cookie. And I kind of said, hey, I might be able to put some music and stuff. He said they were working with this animation company and that kind of thing. And it's like, hey, let me give it a shot. So I put together something for him, and then he really liked it. And he said, I want you to come on board. I want you to be the narrator. So I not only became the narrator, but I also got to score the music, and at the very end, I did some of the audio post-production. And I want to share this with you. I've got the link to the full episode down in the description. It's about 6 minutes, so it's about the length of a typical classic Warner Brothers short. So after the live stream, go ahead and click the link in the description and watch the full episode. But I just want to share just a little clip, just like the intro to this. So here we go. Are you ready to get introduced to Tony Balony? So here we go. Of all the friends Tony Balony had, his funniest of them all was David, who was a very small lad. Whenever David would come over to Tony's house, he would always sing songs as quiet as a mouse. But one night as they were getting ready for bed, David had this cute little song that came to his head. With a smile on his face and glee in his voice, the once quiet David sang aloud the best song of his choice. Tony Balony, T-L-E-Go, Tony, T-legged, toe-legged, bow-legged, Tony Balony, go Tony, T-legged, toe-legged, bow-legged, Tony Balony, T-L-E-Go, Tony, T-legged, toe-legged, bow-legged, Tony! Tony Balony had such a smile. The nifty stores, they went on for a mile. His family in tow, they walked the... Okay, so that's just a little preview. I think I had the loop back and stuff turned on, so it was kind of going through twice. But that kind of gives you a little taste of Tony Balony. I used like some Spitfire things and the orchestra from Sonia's score. Some of that, the animated things, I was using some of that just to kind of get some ideas. So that was a lot of fun. So make sure you check out the first episode of Tony Balony and the Adventures of Tony Balony and Cookie. Link down in the description. So let's see where we're going to start today. While we're talking about scoring, I want to go ahead and let's just check out Ujam. Ujam actually took another step into their virtual piano collection with Score, and I've just pretty much just loaded it up about an hour or so ago. So we're going to just kind of explore it together. But just with the short time that I've had with it, I think it's like the best, like my favorite one so far. Let's see, we got it? Yes, we got it. So yeah, so we're going to pull this up. And let me make sure, yeah, we've got all of that going on. And here we go. So it just is in their virtual pianist collection in their plugin. And, I've got some of the other ones, the Vogue and Vibe, and Score is the latest one. So we're going to pull up Score and just go to the first thing, the Thinker. And so let's see what we've got. And this kind of just caught me right away. And I want to make sure that the Casio. Now, some of you, yeah. So this is the Casio PX S7000, and I just really been enjoying having it in the office and being able to play it and just use it during the live streams and stuff. And it's just been a really fun keyboard to experience. So this is the Thinker. Okay, so I've got this. Thanks, guys. Here we go. You know how it is, just trying to get back in the swing of things. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to click on the player because you can play it just like a regular VST piano, and then it also has their player here. So here we go. And these are patterns that you just hold down a chord or really one note. And then you can key switch down here that varies the intensity of the pattern. Let's just start. Yeah, see, it's real subtle. And then the higher up the keys that you move, the more intense it gets. And then you touch one of the black keys, and that triggers a fill. That's really nice. And let's go ahead and turn off the player, and let's just kind of listen to some of the sounds. I think just out of the box, it's got a really nice sound. Now, this is what I heard. Listen to that low end here. It's got like a sub bass here. That sub bass really brings a nice quality to it. I'm going to bump it up a little bit. And that is tied into the finisher effects. And we can turn the finisher down a little bit. And let's turn it back up. And we've got like 5 different styles of pianos to choose from, and this is set to damped. And we can go to abyss and make it even darker. I always think of the Ujam instruments as like idea starters or collaborators in a way, because they give us with the player, they give us the ideas, like like the little sparks of ideas that can just take us somewhere that we wouldn't have thought of before. Let's go to another preset. And we've got all of these different categories. So we've got introduction that has just like an overview of things, and then soft and dark, experimental, and odd meters. That's kind of a cool thing. So let's just pull up the chase and kind of hear some of the differences. And this is using the pure model here. And let me kick the player back on here. It gets a little chaotic sometimes, but it's a lot of fun. Let's see. Maximum cold played. Okay, so I think that might be a play on Coldplay. Yeah, it's got a really cool. And I've got the Casio turned up a little bit because I can play like over top of it. That's kind of cool. And the intensity kind of changes it up. Yeah, it's wild. You can get sucked down the rabbit hole pretty quick. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the Casio back down. So let's just check out a couple more of these. Oh wow. Oh, it's still going. Yeah, it is a lot of fun, Mandy. Okay, let's see. Let's go to right. Oh man, there's so many. I start looking and it's just like, wow. Rising Sun Bells. Yeah, so it kind of gets into some different genres. And then the mod wheel controls the busyness of the pattern. So let's go to another one. And it's just like you've got to explore these because there's so many things going on here. Careful remix. Let's see what we can do here. And it kind of has some chord recognition built in. And then the pitch wheel, I'm got the pitch wheel off screen here, but it alters the velocity level. So we can kind of do like dynamics here. I'm gonna push the pitch bend up. So it's kind of like you have control over the velocity scaling and the intensity of that. Yeah, that's really cool. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of, it is kind of strange, Derek. Now, Derek is my cousin, Grain-Free Homestead. You want to check it out if you're interested in, they are renovating a farmhouse and, just going into it. They're going into it. It's just amazing to watch, and it's so good to see you, man. It's so good to see you. Blessings. So let's check out Strong and Bold. And let's see. The first one that I see is the Django riding into town. So this has probably got like a Western. So I'm going to go to the key of E. Yeah, so you got like a honky tonk. That's wild. And I'm kind of playing the Casio again, kind of bringing that up. Yeah. So there again, I went away. I went away for a little bit. I love being able to layer the piano on top too. So you've got something percolating underneath and you kind of. Yeah, that's so fun. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in here, Ilaria. Yeah, it's just so cool. Okay, so experimental and remix, and then let's go to close encounter. The thing with the finisher is that it takes the piano and it just does different things to it, like muted strings, detunes it. We've got the transformations. So if we look here, we can see when we click on the finisher, it brings us all of these different transforms, extra resonances, stirred pickups, struck, honky tonk, synthesizer. So that's kind of cool. And then we can remix these with octaves, yeah, just all kinds of different ways that they take the basic piano sound and just kind of mangle it up a little bit. So let's see, it's the staccato. This is the close encounter. Let me. Yeah. And you can see the let's see. Yeah, you can see the display, how it's just kind of all these different arpeggiators and things going on. It's just really a lot of fun to explore. Let's see. Oh, well, Marvin is sad. Okay, who is Marvin could be? Ooh, you make me very angry. You've stolen the Pew 36 explosive space modulator. This makes me very angry indeed. That's wild. Yeah, and this is just still the piano. So it's using one of the finisher presets, the synthesizer riser. Yeah, so it's like you've got a blend of piano and synthesis and all kinds of cool things. Let's see. Wow. Let's go to styles and standards. And let's see, I've got my tempo set at 113. Some of these are like, let's go in the classic. Let's go to the classic. And let me set my tempo to 90 just to make sure we're in the same. Yeah, listen to that. I'm going to turn the mod wheel down and just decrease the busyness of it a little bit. Just like inspiration starters, you know? Yeah. And then, of course, we can always go back to the instrument and that's what I really am impressed with. Just the piano by itself, even without the patterns, it's like, you know, Thomas, I think so. I think so, because when you have the player, you notice that you have these little dots here, and I think I'm just going to see what happens here. So we can take the dot and drag it and drop it to the, yeah. And so what happens is you've got the MIDI pattern, the sequence dropped in there. I'm going to turn the player off and let's just play just what I dropped there. So yeah, so that that plays back the pattern that you drag and drop from these yeah, from those little dots, and you can drag and drop the fills, and that kind of makes it very, very handy. Very handy. Yeah. Okay. You know, I didn't change the keyboard. I think there might be an issue with the with my overhead camera because I haven't had it on in a while. So I think it might actually be the lighting. It's not letting enough light in. And it is the yeah, the Casio PX-S7000, and I've been using that for the past couple of months. Let me just pull up a couple more pads, and you have pads and atmospheres. So, calmest time traveler ever. That's cool. Okay, let's just see. And let me bump up the, yeah, it's 90. So here we go. Okay, let's see. What did I do? Okay, here we go. So it's just not like focusing on piano sounds. It's focusing on just atmospheric pads, synthesis, things that you don't associate with piano, but they're taking the piano content and making it into something else. That's wild. Okay, let's just check out another pad. Misguided doorbell. I mean, where do they come up with all of these things? Might as well. It just is, like I said, inspiration starters. Let's see. Man. Okay, tenant trip. Okay, so I bet you we've got, yeah. So we've got some reverses going here in the ambience. So let's let's see what happens here. Listen to that. Now I'm going to go to one of the less complicated. They just keep surprising me with what they're doing with these things. It's wild. So this, It is a trip. Wow. And let's just pull up an odd meter, Linguini. Why not? Linguini, that's got a recommended of 89 BPM, but I've got it at 90, so close enough here. So 3/4. That's not necessarily an odd meter. And again, I just really enjoy the sound, the piano sound. It just sounds mixed. It sounds ready to go. And let's see. I love that sub bass. Wow. Even if you don't use the patterns, the pianos are wow. Let's turn into the pure piano with the same finisher settings. Yeah, it's a little bit harder. Yeah, listen to that. And listen to the reverb. 10 Mile Desert. So let's just hit that. And I bet your Royal is even brighter. Let's kick that up. Yeah, it's a little more punchy. You know, I've not been listening to many musicals lately, but they're in here. I've actually been listening to this. See, we've been listening to that a lot. We've been listening to been watching some of the old Green Acres episodes. like the fact, yeah, Green Acres is the place to be. It's so farcical. That's the only word I can come up with. But it's it's farcical, but it's wholesome, and it's a lot of fun. Now I want to listen to that 10 Mile Desert. So let's see, 10 Mile Desert. Let's go to just a short and bright room on this. This really cuts through. So we go from Broadway musicals to this, this is just really out there. So this piano really could cover a lot of ground, just with everything that's in there. Let's just try Ocean Floor. Yeah, we don't want to get lost too much, but listen to that. That's that damped piano again. Speaking of Ocean Floor, and this is just the instrument. I'm just kind of playing this without the sequencer going on. Okay, yeah, so I've got it. See where it just takes us to so many different places without changing pianos. Yeah. Now let's turn on the player and just listen to what the pattern it does. Yeah. And this is 6/8. Yeah, and you hit that little key switch and it does a little flourish. That's fun. That's fun. Yeah, that would be a great combination. Just to stack those additional colors on top. But I really like this. I like that damped piano. Being on the ocean floor, I'm sure it would be. And then the finisher effects again. They don't give you a lot of control because it's all in the macros. So you've just got all of these different macros things. Then that makes it easy to get to all these different sounds. Forman's down, so it kind of pitch shifts the formants to give you a different color. It's just really beautiful. Okay, we just got to do one more. Let's do strong and bold, Destiny. And let's check out what the pattern is. Let's go. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is my destiny, to be everything I'm supposed to be. Oh wait. Yeah, C sharp. Okay. Okay, so we want to be in the key, be in C sharp. Okay, here we go. This is my destiny, to be everything I'm supposed to be. No matter what comes my way, I must stand my ground and say, this is my destiny. I've come too far to turn back now. I look ahead to the road ahead, and so on and so forth. I may not see the struggle that awaits me, but I know that He'll provide the strength I need to succeed. This is my destiny, to be everything that He's called me to be, to fulfill His plan and purpose for me. I will praise Him for my destiny, my destiny. That is wild. So that's a little taste of Ujam's score piano, and we could be here all the rest of the time. But maybe your destiny is hidden in some of the notes in here. Wow. Okay, so thanks to Ujam for sending this over to me. It's just such a lot of fun. I enjoy just exploring these. And Darcy, I'm not sure. Is anybody else experiencing any kind of audio issues? Just let me know, because I want to make sure everything is always sounding good. You might check your settings on the cog and make sure that you're playing at the higher quality, if that's available. I'm not exactly sure, but as far as I'm feeling and hearing, I don't think there's any. It looks like I'm streaming good. Things are looking good here. So maybe check your connection and things. Yeah, so that's just a little Ujam. So check the links in the description, and when you use the link in the description, it does help support the channel. It does support the channel some. So thanks for that. Thanks for all the support. I'm so glad to be back. And okay, so what we're going to look at now, I am just so impressed with some of the things that Project Sam is doing. And we all know that they introduced the free orchestra, and this is 100% free. I really need to go back and update the video that I originally did on the free orchestra, because they updated the interface, and it's got 16 cinematic instruments and things in here that they are not low quality. Let's put it that way. They really put their best foot forward. And now with the free orchestra 2, they're adding an instrument a month, and it's really amazing. And one of the other really cool things is that it plays in the free Contact player. So if you don't have the full version of Contact, you don't have to have that. You can use it in the free Contact player. That's with the free orchestra 1 and 2. And so each month until July of 2024, we're going to have an instrument that's added each month. And so we're going to take a look at the Staccato strings, and then each month we'll come back and show what they've added. So here we go. And so you can see this is it shows up right there in the library tab, the free orchestra 2. And then when you when you pull it up, it'll say, you know, click there, and then it'll show you all of the different libraries. And so now we've got Soltesto strings. We've got these little presents that are just waiting to be open. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to load up this. And I think these are from Symphobia 1. And if you look here, I've got Symphobia sitting here as well. And they were kind enough to send that over. And so we'll dive into that down the road. And I also want to work on unifying some of these so we can use those in Unify going forward. So here we go. So this is the Soltesto. And the modulation CC1 is used for the dynamics. And these are just long Soltestos. That is just... so rich and dynamic and free. And we've got a cloudiness knob, and let's just crank that up and see what this does. It's like a macro control. No legato here, not in the free orchestra. So this is a free instrument, and so they might give us just some kind of a legato, but this is just like an ensemble. And then what I love to do, let's just go ahead and crank up the piano here and just kind of get us a nice... No, Shane, you can't you can't beat free. And and a lot of times, developers will give a free instrument out, and it not really be that that great of quality. It'll be like limited key ranges or that type of thing. But this is just a full blown, beautiful string section. Very gorgeous. I love stacking that, and it's just such a rich sound. So check out the Free Orchestra 2, and next month we're going to have another beautiful library added to this little basket here, and I can't wait. So we can click on that, and each one of these are going to be filled with new gifts that we get to open together. And thanks to Project Sam, I can't wait to just dive into these each month, and also to go into more detail with Symphobia and some of their libraries in the future. So thank you so much for doing that. Another free instrument that we'll just take a quick look at is another entry from Heavyocity. And this kind of was like a surprise to me. And this is the Staccato Brass. And so we're going to take a look at that. And here is another instance the where the company, the developer, is not just giving us something, just a throwaway free library. These are very high quality, and they could really charge for these, and it would be worth it because they're just so full. So it's like, okay, so the last Thursday of every month is when to look for the Free Orchestra 2. So that's good to know. Okay, let's just take a look at the Staccato Brass. Yeah, and yeah, so so with everything going on, it's just like I'm just catching my breath. But Fables, I just got to figure out how to do it justice and to get it in there. But it is like it's like so beautiful. I mean, it is the perfect complement to Lors. And it's just, Anthony and the Evolution Series team, they just do such a great job. So so hang in there, and that's a good reminder to make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications, because that's going to keep you up to date on. And also follow me on, if you're on social media, you can find me on Twitter, X at Praise Tracks, and then Instagram at Praise Tracks. And then I always try to post when we're having live streams or new things coming. So make sure that you do that as well. Yeah, Les, you have no idea. You have no idea, man. That list is just like, yeah. So yeah, and Darcy, when I get, I think if I get through Symphobia 1, then I'm just going to keep asking to Project Sam to keep sharing the love. So, and good to see you, Sefsha. Take care, and check out the replay. So let's dive into Staccato Brass. Again, this is another free contact library. While I'm here, one thing I want, I had a confusion about when you see something in this window over here. This is not a standalone. I'm just capturing a window from. I'm just capturing the window from the computer, and so I'm using Cakewalk by BandLab and just running this inside of Contact. So I'm capturing the individual instrument windows inside of OBS. Someone had thought that they were seeing like a standalone instrument, but really you're just seeing Contact, and then I'm just able to capture that specific window. So just want to make sure that everybody knows what's happening here. So here we go. This is Heavyocity Foundation Staccato Brass. Yeah, this is great. Okay, turn the piano down. Yeah, I think this is like in a Star Trek movie or something. Uh, it reminds me of something. And just that. And with each Foundations instrument, you have an amplitude envelope. You can offset the start times. You've got arpeggiators, and you've got this reverb. Yeah, I think that's kind of like what that reminds me of when it's got that. When it's kind of got that those echoey brass types of things. And then we've got the reverb. Turn off the reverb. And then they've got the texture layer. Let me turn the texture layer off here, and we can just focus on the brass. Yeah, that's a little drier. So okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm getting a little nostalgic, Jeremiah. You know, there's nothing like those classic themes. And then the sounds just trigger that. It just triggers those musical memories in that stored in there. That all they need is just a little nudge, and it comes out. The texture layers are always fascinating as well. I'm going to turn the brass off, and let's just turn the texture layers. And this kind of adds like sub content to it, and almost not staccato, but more just like a support to those staccatos with that sub bass. Listen to that. So when we bring the brass back in, we can just create over top of that. That's fun. Okay, so let's drop down to, okay, so you've got clean. So that's the clean, and deadly space. And again, this uses that texture. That's what we were kind of messing with earlier. Yeah. And that texture just makes it have that really really crazy vibe. Oh yeah. Let's see. Nail biting, and so this uses the arpeggiator. Yeah. Let me kick up the tempo a little bit. Let's go ahead and go to 120. So we've got a gate going on the texture, and then the brass is doing like an arp. Yeah, that's cool. And let's see, planetary breach, and that's all texture. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, never forget the mod wheel. Yeah, sometimes I forget about the mod wheel and how that can just change the sound. Ooh. Oh wow. And we're using that amplitude envelope in the gate. Let's see what the effects are doing. Yeah, that punch is there. That's fun. And then tripling brass, and that's using the arpeggiator. Yeah, it just stops it sounding like a brat. Let's see what the module does. Let's see. Let's pull the some of the piano in. Good to see my friend Brian Harper. Had to double check. Good to see you. Thank you, man. See, it just can take you into a totally different place than what you expected. And again, this is the Foundations brass layered with the Casio, the piano. My goodness. Wow, what an amazing, it's amazing. And I love triplets. I love these, the patches that have those triplet fills. It just kind of propels things along. So make sure that you check out the link in the description and grab a copy of Staccato Brass. It's free. And once again, Heavyocity has done an amazing job with this. And thank you for giving us these amazing free instruments. Yeah. Okay, so we've got one more thing to look at today, and that is the, oh, well. Let's take a little break here. Well, amazing. Just so much fun. Yeah, so much fun. I missed you guys, so it's just so much fun. So we've got one more thing to take a look at, and that is the new, well, it's not necessarily new, but reintroduced. It's not new, but it's reintroduced. And this is Spitfire Chamber Strings Essentials. And for a long time, Spitfire Chamber Strings has been just like a very popular string library because of the way it's not a huge string section, but it's comprised of this really, so you've got 16 players here. And let's see, I think there is, or there should be, let's see. Okay, yeah, so you've got, yeah, wow. Violin 1, violin 2, viola, cello, double basses, and ensembles. And it's just a very nice size section. And I'm going to actually go to my website, and because there's a chart that they have, and it kind of lets you know, what the differences are. And I want to show you that. I should have had this pulled up, but let's pull this up, because it's really a great way if you don't have any of their chamber strings libraries. This is a great way to get into them. I've got Spitfire sent me a copy of Chamber Strings Pro, and I've really enjoyed working with that. And so let's just take a look at the. And now this is my website. If you go to praisetracks.com on the news, I put a whole article there going through some of the details. This is what I want to kind of focus on. is that this kind of shows you some of the differences. So in essentials, we've got 16 players. Let me zoom back out. I think I zoomed it too far. Okay. Okay, there we go. Ah, come on. Okay, yeah. Let me make sure, get my navigation here. Yeah, so they all have 16 players. You've got 53 techniques on essentials, and the round robins are the same, and dynamic layers up to 4. Legatos, you've got 5, but look at that. The core and professional have 45. It's amazing. And Justin, I think that if you do own, if you own uh, the Chamber Strings or Chamber Strings Pro, you're going to be able to get a copy of this. I think they're going to go ahead and add that, give you a license for that. And it's a perfect thing, just like what you said. When space is a premium, it just really gives you that that extra flexibility. So check out the website and you can just see the comparison. But the main thing is the core sound is there. The sound that okay, great. That is great. So yeah, so if you already own chamber strings, then it's a perfect yeah, you're going to get this. Here we go. Let's see. Where are you? Here you are. So this is a contact instrument. So it's a full, it's a free contact player instrument, and we've got violins A, and you've got violins 1, 2, violas, cello, basses, and ensembles. So with the violins, I'm just going to load up that, and we can just kind of look at that. It's loading that in, and we'll just take a quick look at some of the articulations, and then just so you get an idea of the sound here. So we do have legato here. Hey, Donald, yeah, this was released on Tuesday. This was released just recently on Tuesday. They did a Tuesday release on this, which is unusual. Yeah, so turn the piano down. And so this is the legato. You only have 2 mic mixes. You have the close mic and the tree mic. So when we go in to the macro slider, it's kind of sit in the middle by default. You know, we've got dynamics on CC1 as always. It's just, it has the sound. The sound is just so beautiful. And you hear just enough of air. Studios. Let's go ahead and push this all the way to close. Let's put that all the way to close. And you hear it, it's in situ. So all of a sudden you hear it. And as we move it out to the tree mic, we can kind of hear it open up a little bit more. That's why that right about in the middle is a great place to do that. Okay, that's so nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to bump up the volume just a little bit. And yeah, there's my little Hornet. I love Hornet plugins. They're just really a lot of fun. Very nice. And then we've got just the longs. Spiccato. And then the staccatos are velocity, spiccatos are, the dynamics are velocity controlled. Yeah, if you're looking for, if you don't have the larger chamber strings, this is a fabulous way to get into it. This is the staccato. The section sizes just don't overwhelm. I think that is what's so nice with these. And just enough of that beautiful room sound. We've got the tremolos. Yeah, okay, so yeah, let's see. Okay, so we can bring a little bit more close mic, Justin. Yeah, let's see. Michael, I hope your battery does hang out. Very cool. Okay, so the minor second trills. Wow. So Jeremiah, what free library were you talking about? That would be cool. If you've got that, just yeah, just put it in that comment. That would be cool. So just check that out. Okay, let's go. Let's just go take a look at violas. Okay. Yeah, the violas. Listen to that. Listen how nice and rich that is. And no reverb is on here. This is just the room. So if we go all the way to the far mics, you just hear that. Yeah. So this is just the tree mic. Ran out. Yeah, no far mics, just the tree, the close and the tree. I'm just thinking that the tree is farther out than the close. Now let's just pull in the close mics. Yeah, just raw in your face when you get it all the way close like that. And you have that nice release. And let's see, the spiccato. It's kind of a brushed, nice sound. And I like having those round robins. And then, man, the staccato. Yeah, Justin, no flautando. Yeah, so that's kind of like every Spitfire string library needs a flautando. And Frank Bell, good to see you, my friend. Um, so let's bring up the cello. Paul did a really good run through on the Spitfire preview, and you want to check a look. I say that a lot. You want to check it out, take a look. You want to check a look. So this is the cellos, and let's just let's pull both mics together. Let's just start with the close mic first. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on a second. I'm having a low battery issue too. Let me. I thought my I thought my monitor was plugged in. Give me 1 second. Oh man. Yeah, so I did not have my. I'm actually using an iPad. I've got I've got an iPad here, and then an iPad over here that's right there at the keyboard, where I can watch the monitor the live YouTube, and then I've got a monitor in front of me that I can monitor the OBS. I've got OBS floated over here, so it's great. Yeah, Peaches, you need to check out that Premiere replay because it's fabulous. Yeah, so my issue was the cable, the adapter wasn't even in. I was out of town, so I pull a lot of my adapters and put them in my bag. So I forgot to plug the adapter back in, the power supply back in, but we're good. We're good now. So so let's get hey, Ambient Dave, good to see you, man. So let's get to the cello, and we'll start, or the cello. So I'm going to just start with the close mics and just, I like that release. I like the releases. And then we can adjust that over here. I'm gonna turn the vibrato up. Yeah, so we can actually assign that to a CC if we want to. That's lovely. Okay, now let's bring up the tree mic, or what I would affectionately call the far mic, but it's not. It's the tree. So I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I've been I'll just tell you just quickly, and welcome to the channel. And with a channel name like Praise Tracks, there is no one that is worthy of praise than yes, I am a Christ follower, a believer. I've been music ministry most of my life, and it has just been such a joyful journey for me. I am just honored to be able to have the opportunity to share my simple gifts with all of you. I've just been so grateful. I've played in church and since I was around 5 years old, and just have experienced so many of the blessings of the Lord on my life. And that's why I say stay joyful, because we have so many blessings. We have so many things to share, especially in a world that's full of kind of crazy stuff. We got to shine as much as we can. So yeah, so welcome so much. Yeah, and the heat's kind of calmed down here. I think we're like in the 80s, and the humidity's really good. So I just pray that y'all have some nice weather, that the weather breaks, because fall is coming. That's just gorgeous, beautiful. That spiccato just really is beautiful, because it's just like, I love that brushed type of feel that you get. And you can get those dynamics with velocity. Yeah, gorgeous. And the pizzicato. Oh, wow. Got to pull up the piano. Yeah, so you never know where that's going to take you. Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, listen, Justin, the thing is, I didn't want to start with the ensemble patch, because as soon as I did, I knew that I wouldn't leave for a long time. So I thought we would just go through the individual, because that is, yeah, that's where the stuff really, really happens there. So, okay, here we go. And then the basses, I'm almost there. Yeah, but see, you can appreciate the ensembles when you can hear the individual elements that make this what it is. It's so beautiful. Oh, wow. It's incredible. It's not it. I hate to call it a cut down library, but it's a cut down, not cut down at the same time. Listen to that. Now let's just throw up the close mics. Now let's bring down the close mic and bring up the tree mic and just listen to what we've got going on there. And I'm surprised, you know, it's at air. Air is typically just so wet. It's just such a wet environment. But this seems like it just doesn't have as much, that the studio ambience does not overtake the, it just doesn't take over. So, okay, so that's the little sample of the basses. Now let's jump into the ensembles. Yeah, this is just, I mean, this is the classic Spitfire library. If there ever was one designated, I would say this would have to be the winner. So this is the ensembles, and yeah, you ready for this? Peaches. So with the signed singles, you can only. I think you could only do the sign player for the singles. That's, they're phasing out like their contact libraries, and, eventually they're still supporting them in a way, but I would definitely, the sign player is the future of orchestral tools libraries. So you would, in the long run, you're going to be much happier with the sign player, because that's where everything is going to go. And you cannot, right, Justin, you cannot buy the individual instruments in contact, because that's one of the beauties of the sign player, is that everything is really kind of a la carte. You can just pick and choose what you want and build your own instrument collections. So yeah, and they're not doing any more updates for contact. I think they did release something. It was kind of surprising for contact, but yeah, but it's not. And if you do own a contact instrument, they give you the opportunity to kind of cross grade. Yeah, they kind of cross grade you to the sign player if you would like to do that. So we're back to the ensembles, and this is like one of my. This is so good. Okay, so let's just buckle in here. Push the dynamic up. man, this is beautiful. I'm going to pop that dynamic layer up some more. I love the lower dynamic layers, but let's bring it up. Ooh. Piano. Man. Yeah, so wow. The strings do not have any reverb. You are just hearing the beauty of what is Air Lyndhurst Studios. The Casio piano, it has a little built-in reverb, but that's it. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna drop the dynamic layer down on the strings a little bit. Wow. Wow, man. Wow. Listen to how rich. And that's just using the tree mics. That's just got the tree mics on it. Wow. I told you, Justin, that if we got on the ensembles, it would be over, you know. Wow, my goodness. Wow, it's amazing. And thank you guys. Thanks everybody for being with me today. We're back and better than ever. And thank you for all the support. And it's so good to be back. And I can't wait to the next time. And you know, we're just going to keep going and keep enjoying all the blessings that we have. It's wonderful. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you all the next time. And this is Simeon, as always, reminding you, yeah, you know, that would be really good. That would just be amazing. So make sure you check out all the links in the description. Make sure you check out the Tony Balony episode 1. And I hope you enjoy that. And it's so good to see you, everybody. And I can't wait to see you again on the next one. So this is Simeon again, saying to always remember to stay joyful. And I'll see you again real soon. Just playing with the ensemble strings just a little bit. All right. We'll see you next time.